Okay, so we're back once. You're now choosing to stay with Sayo. I'm going to stay here with this girl. She said she was fine by herself, but I want to be her friend. You just met her today, and you don't even know her name, right? Kenji-san, didn't I just meet you today as well? Even so, you saved me. I think it's the same feeling I'm having now. It's not. Kenji-san murmurs this and immediately continues. I get it, Mayu-chan. If your determination is true, then I won't say anything further. Thank you very much. You can go ahead and think of me as cruel, but I also... There's no need to say anything else. You've come here numerous times just to stay alive, Kenji-san. I can't allow your efforts to be for nothing just because you were looking after me. Please, at least let me tell you my selfish hope. Hope? That the three of us absolutely will escape together. I'm definitely coming next month, too. This won't be the end of our relationship. I just went a different route this time. If you ever need me, don't be afraid to rely on me. Kenji-san, you're really kind after all. I'm alright. I'm not staying behind to die. I'm staying behind to save her. Don't lose that resolve. I definitely won't. And so Kenji-san puts the fish of the world booth behind him. Without looking back, he heads for the exit at a quick pace. I think his lack of attention is Kenji-san's own way of showing his concern. Wait for me, Himeno, Mary. Clasp the hand of the girl on the ground. The moment of upheaval behind us has been clearly separated from the destiny that lies ahead. We're almost done. It isn't that I chose to stay here because I don't care about what happens to Himeno. I remember the emotions I felt when I saved this girl in the underground tunnel. If I abandoned someone right before my eyes who is in trouble, Himeno will be mad at me. Kenji-san didn't say I should abandon the girl to save Himeno. But in reality, there's no difference. Abandoning the girl, what that means. Even if I did save Himeno, the hard I did such a thing, she would definitely be angry. She was. Himeno can surely make such weighty decisions for herself. There's a thin line between that and cruelty. That's why Himeno wouldn't want me burdened with such a choice. I'm different from Himeno. I'm not as decisive as she is. We may argue, but if I'm honest when looking into my own heart, this is why Himeno and I are friends. However, once I make a decision, I stick with it and believe in it. I said I wanted to save her because I felt that I wanted to be her friend. From giving those words voice, I can feel that they have power. Sit next to the girl in a comfortable position. On top of that, I haven't made up with Mary yet. Mary is definitely here inside this red Manten Aquarium. I can sense that if I don't solve all the mysteries here, I cannot return to a normal life. This is what the intuition rushing through me is telling me. My story. Ever since Mary went missing, each day seems to pass indistinctly. But each and every day, soft out Mary. Submitting police reports, having the police continue their investigation. It became a small piece of news, but as it wasn't related to cases of bizarre murderers and kidnappers, it quickly stopped being a topic of conversation. It was about the time I moved on to junior high. All of a sudden, my parents began to erase all traces of Mary. Speaking honestly, it wasn't a big deal. My parents just began to dispose of anything of Mary's left in the house. The kids' room the two of us used became a room for one. The square table with 4 chairs became a circular table for 3. Not like it all happened at once, but to me, it was so sudden. Like I was an only child from the start. Those words were never said, but I always felt like I was hearing them. I had moved on to my 3rd year of junior high, 9th grade. Not even a trace of Mary's existence remained for my parents. You. Wah! It was so sudden. had been ruminating in the past and have now been abruptly yanked back to the present. Having opened her eyes, the girl slowly sits up and looks at me. She's pressing on the injury on her head and seems to be in pain, but in her eyes shines a great strength. Seems I'm in debt to you once more. Stop calling it a debt, or anything of the sort. I saved you because I wanted to, and I wasn't working alone. Huh? The girl continues to listen with a hefty attitude as I tell her about what happened with Kenji-san. I can't help but feel some admiration for someone like her, who is able to maintain her typical attitude even with such terrible injuries. The girl says nothing until I finish my story. I have a general idea of what you're saying. The girl slowly blinks her eyes once. Then looking me in the eye, she turns away. Her cheeks have begun to turn red from the flow of blood. As she normally speaks about everything so plainly, in a rare turn of events, she seems to be chewing the corners of her mouth, searching for what she wants to see. As she slowly blinks once more, she returns her gaze to meet mine. Oh. Voice is extremely soft. Huh? Able to clearly make out what she said, I tilt my head. Did you say just now? Nothing. It wasn't important. Nope, I'm curious. So tell me. Shut up. Enough with the pushiness. Ah, tell me. Facing the girl who has fallen silent and averted her eyes from me, I continue to prompt her. She seems to be giving me a broad, pouty expression, finally giving way to a loud sigh. I said thank you. Any complaints? She folds her arms and looks away. You are able to thank me. You are way too rude. That's not something I wanna hear from you. Stop calling me you. Sayo. Sakurai Sayo. Sayo-chan. Well, Sayo-chan, you keep calling me you too. You quit calling me you too. I got it, Mayumi. Fine, isn't it? Now you stop adding Chan, not a child. Thank you. Kind of refreshing to be called Mayumi. Himeno, my parents, and everyone else always seem to call me Mayu. But then, trying to have everyone call you by a nickname of your own choosing would also be weird. Still, is this alright? By saving me, your friend might die, Mayumi. What? Hard that? Somewhat. Doesn't matter. What would you do? Think of a way for her not to die. Not that I'm abandoning Himeno after all. You're too optimistic, even when you have no idea what will happen. Sayo's blunt assertion. I look at her and shake my head. The answer in what you just said. Even if something happens, it won't be out of place. Even if everything goes well, that won't be out of place either. You're nitpicking. Why did I have to be rescued by someone like you? Really, you're so rude. Laugh slips out in spite of my thought. This tension that has stretched further and further over time feels as if it has finally loosened. Of course, that doesn't mean we can be careless. Just that being able to talk to someone around my age in a safe place is giving me a sense of home. It's scary how consistently cold she's been. She seems to be lightening up now. Sayo's way of speaking shows that her feelings have surely been stressing out her since she came here. Can I trust you, Mayumi? Huh? What do you mean? This is my situation. I don't know who or what I can trust here. That's why I want to get confirmation from you. I can believe you, no matter what happens. Give what you have to say precedence. If you hadn't come, Mayumi, I would have died. It's frustrating, but it's also proof that I can't handle this on my own. You act with the intent to return home, not determination. Mine wasn't strong enough, but with your resolve, I think I can believe in you. Sayo looks at me with a serious expression. It's not an expression of hate. When I look into Sayo's eyes, I can see a determination even deeper than mine. I get it. Trust me, because I trust you. That's not enough. If we don't trust each other completely, we'll definitely falter. In response to Sayo's clipped words, I nod deep. Okay, I promise. I know what she's trying to say, so I'm satisfied. So then, we're friends. That's a separate issue. Really? You aren't very sincere. I'm sure she's not satisfied, but the two of us had ended up in the same boat. A smile creeps out onto my face and I change the subject. Sayo has a solemn expression on her face. So I want to go ahead and talk to you about this. Sayo, why? How did you end up almost getting killed by Sagino Marieko? Kenji-san had said she was the criminal who had killed the director. Sayo wasn't surprised when she heard that piece of information, so she must have already known. Still, I can't imagine what sort of exchange took place between them that led to something like that. There was nothing normal about what happened there. He bashed Sayo's head so many times into that hard aquarium glass. It was a different fear than one I felt when Kenji-san went crazy. I want to understand what it was that could make someone show that side of themselves. You already know that. He's the criminal who killed Papa, right? I was emphasizing this information, so I returned my gaze to her in response. So, then this will go quicker. He, Sagino Marieko, already dead. He's dead? The voice seems to be twisted. It's so sudden I can hardly believe it. Even though Sayo was able to touch her, I refused to believe this information, since if she were a ghost, she wouldn't be able to be touched by anything. As if to soothe the doubts that spring up in my moment of shock, Sayo continues in a warning tone. I don't know the principle behind it, however, within this red Manten Aquarium, Saginuma has continued to exist for the past 5 years since that incident. It's just she can't exist anywhere but within this space. There are many facts that support that theory. First of all, her outer appearance hasn't changed at all in 5 years from the Sagino Marieko in my memories. She isn't aging. He was an acquaintance? It shouldn't be surprising. I am the director's daughter, and she was an employee of the aquarium. We've spoken before. Sayo dispassionately moves the conversation along. She was a little bit wilder at first, but then she realized who I was, even though over 5 years have passed since we met. Something about her has transcended time. This is just speculation. She won't live here. Just as that Yoshi-guy told you. Not that one can't get out of here. Sagino Marieko doesn't even seem to have considered leaving this place. Still, because there's no nourishment or anything here, one can't feed alive. Doesn't seem like someone can really continue to live in the place where bizarre phenomena occur for 5 years. That's to say nothing of the fact that she's so calm, even after losing her life. Speaking of which, when she appeared before Himeno and I on the stage, she said she was looking for a child. She has some lingering attachment. You probably heard of vengeful spirits. Sagino Marieko is probably that sort of ghost. The child she's looking for is likely the one who witnessed her murdering the director 5 years ago. I drew in my breath with a gulp. Because it was in relation to the director, I had hoped the child in question was Sayo. But that was nothing more than wishful thinking. I have a feeling I know exactly who the child is. It must be Mary. So Mary must also be like Sagino Marieko then. Sayo blinks, then responds. She seems to be unable to decide whether she should tell me the truth or not. But contrary to Sayo's doubts, I've resolved myself to accept the truth. It's alright. I trust you, so I can accept it. Have you forgotten our promise? You talk too much. Brushing her bangs aside, Sayo's eyes stared intently into mine. The little girl you saw is already dead. The reason she looks the same is because her appearance is the same as when she died. Right. She was probably drawn to those of us still living and showed herself to us. We possess corporeal bodies. are very rare here. The phenomena that take place in this version of Manten Aquarium must operate under the same principle. There is the fact that the orca and frogs directly attacked us and broke either. Before Sayo can finish telling me everything, I tell her my own hunch. The spirits here in this Manten Aquarium are trying to pull us in too. Mary was definitely different. Sagi no Marieko was as well. Human souls are maintaining their own will. So that's why they're different when it comes to the issue of trying to pull us in. Sayo continues with and then? When I spoke with Sagi no Marieko, I realized she was already dead, so I threw that fact back at her. She became frenzied after that. Surely her desire to pursue and kill the child is all that remains within her, leaving out the realization that she is already dead. Omae wa mou shindeiru. Nani? That's probably what she said to her ironically. So in other words, he can't accept that she has passed away herself. Probably, but my words seem to have awakened some doubts in her mind. Next time we meet, she may be more in touch with her place as a resident of the world of the dead, or she may just try to drag me all the way in with her. If it were me, I'd probably see it the same way. Her own death has brought to her attention. Even if she denies it, that may have planted a lurker seed. Without treating it as a dream in order to accept it, she may forget who she is altogether. If that's the case, one could probably empathize. Sagi no Marieko didn't just kill the director, that was cruel to Sayo. It's forgivable for her to resort to violence just because she had something she didn't like. If one can only come and go in the night of the full moon, and we don't have much time, let's go. Go where? Ahead. Sayo-chan, you found the one who murdered your father. You've attained your goal. Is it really okay for you to not go home yet? I still don't have the truth. If I can meet up with people who have died here, then I can definitely see my father. Also, I want to end this world. If this world is supposedly created by my lease, then I will help all of those souls cross over. Help all of the souls cross over. Guide the souls toward here to the heavens, all of them. In other words, I should say farewell to Mary. If Mary's already dead, then I at least want to say goodbye. It might be out of the way for you, Sayo. But will you come with me? It isn't out of the way. I get the feeling that everything is connected. If all of the phenomena disappear, then those things inside your friend will probably disappear as well. Yeah, let's solve everything, then the three of us, Himeno and you, Sayo and I, leave this place. Without even nodding, Sayo stands up. Her stance is a flirting one. I stand up and clench my fist. What's up? Ahead of here. If we'd taken the normal route, we would have ended on the side with the tunnel tank, but this is the other way, so there's a path connecting to the staff passageway. But for that is my father's home, although by now I'm sure someone else is using it. Sayo is pointing at the opposite side of the tank. It's in the direction of where I got lost after entering the staff door from the jellyfish booth. Then without taking the upper path, there seems to be an entrance and exit that you'd never notice if you didn't know about it. If we go that way, we should reach the director's office. If this world was created based on the aquarium of 5 years ago, then the director's office should be my father's room. Got it. If we don't go, we won't know. We don't know what will happen, so don't let your guard down. Right. With the door serving as a boundary, it's like a completely different world. We have no idea what dangers could be lurking within. However, not being alone gives me strength. I felt loneliness so many times over, but I haven't really been alone since I came to Manten Aquarium. Yoshi-san and Sayo are both safe. And Himeno is supporting me from within my heart. I definitely will not fall apart. My objective is clear, to reunite with Mary and to say goodbye. I feel like I've accepted it it as a fact, but I have no idea how I feel on actually seeing Mary's face. Even so, I keep telling myself that I cannot run away. Then we'll go get Himeno. I was the one who said back at the stage that it is because we're in Manten Aquarium that the parasites are overrunning her body and weakening her. But like Sayo said before, if we erase this alternate universe, Himeno should also be cured. It's all starting to come together. Don't space out, let's go. It's alright, I was just thinking a bit. Even as I say that, I'm in denial. Just thinking won't change anything. Right now, there's nothing to do but keep going. I follow Sayo, we enter a narrow passageway. We are standing before the door of the director's office, not having encountered any particular strange phenomena. In the director's office is a reference room and a storeroom, but we decide not to investigate those places. We don't want to invite any unnecessary danger. The design on the imposing door seems very different from what I've seen in Manten Aquarium so far. Coming this far and having nothing happen feels a bit unnatural. Pulling it over will change nothing. On the other side of this door, something unimaginably horrible might happen. Don't let your guard down. Know that. I'm not going to get careless or anything. I see Sayo put her hand on the door, so I put my hand on it as well. Let's go. In those words as a signal, we both put all our strength into opening the door at the same time. Wow, what the hell happened? What's going on here? Those first words, said upon entering the dim room, echo in a hollow manner. Papa's room. Sayo's words are cut off here. There. I think it would be the most accurate to say that the room is ruined. The antique furniture in the room is not merely old, but in ruins. The deterioration of the floor and ceiling is visible, and the time frame of when it was destroyed also seems strange. I've seen Manten Aquarium in so many different circumstances, but this room seems to be from the most distant time period. It's bizarre. Ugh. I take a step in, I kick up dust. While it's by no means a large room, it's so clothed in darkness that I can't see to the sun. Sayo's mouth becomes a straight line, and it seems that she doesn't mind the dust. She said this was her father's room. Seeing this room looking like ancient ruins, it's stranger to me that she isn't shaking. Sayo's serious expression seems to be pushing back her sadness and pain. Where's Papa? If he really is a vengeful spirit, then he should be here. Sayo's father, the murdered director, may have been the genesis of this Manten Aquarium's creation. This theory seems very likely. After all, it was written in the staff member's diary that the strange phenomena began immediately after the director's death. However, there is no reply. We step further inside, standing at Sayo's side. Look, on top of the desk, there's something there. It is a magnificent desk, but like those found in the studies of rich people I've seen on TV. But the dark brown wood has dusty luster, and here and there are cracks that catch the eye. On that desk, Yeah! What happened? A hen. On top of the desk is a hen. But it isn't just a hen. That hen connects to a wrist, which connects to an arm, and the body that connects to it. No, what? Why? Before I know it, I fall into the ground. Hearing me shout, Sayo eyes me suspiciously. Sayo doesn't seem to have noticed what I'm looking at. Son. My right hand is shaking. My trembling fingertips point to the object on top of the desk. The fact that they won't stop shaking is not the problem. Just turning my head is still enough to make me have to directly confront this phenomenon. Corpse. Sayo steps in front of the lifeless body of Kenji-san that leans on the desk without moving, a thin voice slipping from her lips. No. Why? I've completely lost my ability to think, much less speak coherently. Seeing the flesh of the felled Kenji-san before my eyes, my thoughts seem to have left me. Why is he dead? The fact that I don't even consider whether he could be saved or not leads me to doubt myself. Genghis-Khan's flesh has lost its vitality, that it won't move again, so that I can seem to accept. Silence of death. It reminds me of the quiet of a relative's body being before me at a funeral. No. Oh. In contrast to me having slipped to ground and shaking, Aya moves closer to the body. She puts her hands on his back and then her ear close to his mouth. In my mind, I can't grasp what she's doing. I merely reject it. However, Sayo merely answers coldly. He's dead, no mistake about it. This is terrible. It's Genghis-san. Rather than screaming, we have to figure out how and why he died. If it was due to a phenomenon, you and I might be pulled in as well. He's not breathing, so it may have been poison. How can you be so calm, Sayo? Cover my face at this point. I don't want to face the truth of an acquaintance's death head on. Usual, Sayo continues with disinterest. This guy isn't an acquaintance of mine. Our objective is to get out of here with Himeno. I have no time to worry about mourning the death of someone I didn't know. I find that to be a most prudent decision. The proceeding footsteps echoed throughout the whole room. Why are you here? Are your injuries all right now, Sayo-chan? Shut up. Stay away. His manner of speaking is unappealing. The footstep reached the side of the desk and stopped. Stay away. Should I, after all? Lifting my face to look at her, I saw Marieko and Mary! Mary is next to Sagino Marieko, frightened expression on her face. On the other hand, Sagino Marieko is smiling. The two of them are horribly mismatched. There is a cruelty to her, like someone forcing a shy child in front of a crowd of strangers. I propel my body into a standing position and take a step in Sagino Marieko's direction. The feeling still in charge, my legs become entangled and I topple over on the spot. Immediately after, something crashes hard into my shoulder. Sagino Marieko is kicking at my shoulder with the pointed tip of her heel. This! Mary's fear and the confusion resulting from my uncertainty about what I should do are mixing together. Having her look down at me after I lost my balance is making my vision swing. Oh, you needn't pity her. Please let Mary go. I raise my voice, but Sagino Marieko merely continues to smile. Oh, Mary-chan chose to be with me. Sagino Marieko says in that sticky tone. Mary says nothing to refute this. She merely turns her stable eyes my way. Mayumi, something's not right. Sayo reaches out a hand to pull me up. I take her hand, Sayo pulls me up towards her with a jerk. We move away from the desk with Kenji's body on top of it and go almost diagonally across the room. Mary, if you're afraid, come over here. Turn to Mary and say, it isn't as if Sagino Marieko is controlling Mary merely by putting her on her shoulder. I won't go, Mary. But lady, a bad person. Come here. I won't go. I won't go. Mary seems to be nothing short of terrified as her words grow stronger. Mary shakes her head and turns me down. Something's definitely not right. I assess this as she got seen between us. Glaring at Sagino Marieko, she continues in a forceful tone. You, what did you do to Mayumi's little sister? Moreover, what's with this body, this room? You came here because you know. You need to use the proper tone when asking someone something, Sayo-chan. You know that, don't you? Shut up, answer me. You were such an earnest child when you were little. Whatever happened to you? Got a little rough around the edges after your father died, did you? What did you say? Tayo, calm down. This woman's also acting strange. Already being dead, this woman should be cut off from the flow of time. In spite of that, he seems to have obtained some growth. He's aware of the director's death. There's something inconsistent about Sagi no Marieko. She's trying to make us mad. Don't let her drag you along. Now that Sayo's worked up, I'm the one who's going home. I grip Sayo's wrist and give it a firm squeeze. I want her to know she isn't alone. What are you going to do, Mary? I came here to see her. I won't allow you to cause her harm. You won't allow me? Then what do you intend to do? There's two of us. We'll come at you without witchcraft. Right now, Sayo is with me. As I say this, Sayo glances at me and nods in agreement. Oh my, how scary. But no need to worry. Since Mary-chan has chosen to be with me of her own free will, I have no intention of doing anything to her. Quite the contrary, actually. From here on out, you could say that Mary-chan will be doing the meddling here in the Manten Aquarium. What do you mean by that? Sagi no Marieko laughs with a slight hee hee. And without even answering my question, starts talking again. You two have experienced this room, so this aquarium's puzzle. You two have also experienced the way this place changes once you go through a door. This is a world full of possibilities. It is a world that contains within it the past, present, and future. Possibilities? I understand about the souvenir shop from the past and the old staff room, but the future? It wouldn't make sense for things that haven't happened yet to take place here. That's not all. The phenomena that happen here are things that should never have been possible. The fish of the world booth with fish corpses scattered about, the jellyfish booth where the glass suddenly shattered. Those are what one might call possibilities that shouldn't have happened. A construct decided on by humans that time only proceeds in one direction. I wonder if you can comprehend that it isn't the truth. No matter how much we look at her with doubting our eyes, she merely looks back with a weak smile. This world known as Manten Aquarium is made up of the numerous souls of living things that perished along with the director. The story. You heard this from Kenji-san, didn't you? How did you? The form of energy we know as souls keep this place its shape. Though strictly speaking, they are living. Souls possess a fluidity and directionality to them that makes living things the closest way to describe them. Do you understand? Seems to be toying with us and watching for our reaction. However, what she's saying seems to be the truth, so we listen in. It's missing the exaggeration that would seem like a lie. For a pause, Sagi no Marieko pats Mary on the head. Even when our eyes meet, Mary's expression doesn't change, mouth shut tight. Just as Mary's eyes seem to be rejecting me when I call out to her. Entities that have become spirits are not bound by time, demonstrating the possibility to pursue their own directionality. So in this world, those that try to kill you did so to try and pull in your souls. Wait a minute, wasn't this world created by my father's hatred for you? At the moment it was created? Yes. The director's malice guided the souls of those creatures and they created this place. But now, things are different. In trying to steal energy from the outside world to maintain this place, this world's directive has reached to maintenance. The souls now bear only a grudge in their course, having changed into creatures that seek only this place's preservation. I suppose you understand what that means, don't you? Papa is... You mean Sakuragi Isao is no longer here? Not even his spirit? You finally gotten skilled at making inferences, haven't you? It's beautiful. Speaking in mathematical terms, it's not that your solution is insufficient, just that your calculations were off, so your answer is wrong. You're going in circles. Come on. For Sayo, it was a fact she had to hear. If the truth we arrived at doesn't exist, then it merely exists without the shell of an individual body. This Manten Aquarium is like a pool of souls that have lost their individuality. And why are you here? There's no mistaking that you're Himeno Marieko, right? There are two reasons, you know, because I was guided here by you. She pats Mary's head. When Mary is touched by Himeno Marieko, she closes her eyes for a moment. There's definitely another side to it. This thought crosses my mind. I wait for her to continue. And because of my hot breath, I want to remain Himeno Marieko. I'm doing this of my own will, big sister. As time passes this way, Mary-chan will become one with us. It will be sublimated into a general concept. Can you stand the thought of her becoming a mere idea? A concept? What exactly do you mean by that? What does that mean, I wonder? Since it's already a used up possibility, no need for you to know. Used up? What do you mean? It's toppled over there before you, a tool that person tried to use. You mean Kenji-san? He is Kenji-kun. He is no longer Kenji-kun. He is merely the living flesh that Sakuragi Isao used in order to interact with the physical world. To make it easy to understand, shall we say, he hijacked his body? But in trying to forcibly pull away one of the souls, Kenji-kun's soul itself disappeared. Thanks to his disappearance, we were able to seize control of this world called Manten Aquarium. I'll have to thank him. My papa did. He just said something about losing one's individuality. He was both an individual and part of the whole. He was an existence that was Sakuragi Isao and that was Manten Aquarium. He apparently never understood it. I thought he was a little more clever than that, though. Himeno Marieko casts a sidelong glance in the direction of Kenji-san's body and gives a daring smile. I can barely understand anything she's saying. Individuals and the whole, I don't get it at all. It might be something living beings like us are unable to comprehend. It's just that, in all of that, there's one question that is beginning to come into focus. Did you kill Kenji-san? Haha. You're saying you killed Papa twice? That high-pitched laughter is growing gradually louder. Ayo knits her brows together and glares at Himeno Marieko. I do the same. The laughter echoing throughout the room serves as our confirmation. We still don't know how or why she's doing this. We also don't know her motive for doing so. Himeno Marieko. She killed both Kenji-san and the director. Mary, you have to get away from that woman. She is a murderer. What's so funny? I won't forgive you. Leaving Kenji-san in that state, you continue to laugh about it. Sis? Well, maybe Mary-chan should laugh too. Please stop this. Mary, come over here. That woman, it's not good for you to stand by someone as bad as her. Sakuragi Isao, who used Kenji-kun's body, killed many people to preserve this world called Manten Aquarium. Are you saying it's bad to erase such evil? Of course! Mayumi, that's enough. We don't have time to deal with her. Papa was this place core. Having lost core, this place should disappear. We need to say farewell to Mary, and we need to escape with that Himeno girl. But, that's right. How about you finally realize the mistake you've made? Since I pulled on my arm, Himeno Marieko says this to grab our attention. Her expression changing, a weak smile appears on her face. He said you're bad, Mary-chan. What are you? The one Kenji-kun Sakurai Isao killed was Mary-chan. Oh, Mayumi, don't be deceived. Ayo-chan, you realize the cause of Kenji-san's death, haven't you? Since there are no external wounds, you fear that it might be poison. But did you really figure it out? There's no change to his lips or eyeballs, or even his internal organs. There's no swelling or inflammation anywhere on him. Poison wouldn't be able to kill someone like that. Stop this. You listened to part of my story, then made a guess, didn't you? But you hurried me on. No, that's not it. The soul itself was obliterated. It was completely removed from this existence known as Manten Aquarium. That's not something humans can handle, is it? But you're already dead. You've already become like a ghost. That's why you can drain away someone's life energy. It's possible for humans to unify with the aquarium, isn't it? I was once the individual known as Sagino Mariego. Then Mary should be the same. He's not. My soul is a mixture of emotions. Hatred towards the director, anxiety over the fear of the aquarium disappearing, rage at being killed. All of them negative emotions. With all of these examples, my grudge, like all the souls in Manten Aquarium, is red in color. Mary-chan is different. This girl's soul is pure, the same color as water. The true meaning of this is that she went meddled into the existence known as Manten Aquarium, because she is a part of the world known as Manten Aquarium. You can become self-aware. You can take control of the power that is Manten Aquarium. It's a different concept from the start. It is no exaggeration to say that Mary-chan can cause any of the things that could possibly happen in this closed-off world. Even though you say that, there's no way Mary could kill or erase anybody. I told you, in order for you to return from this aquarium safely, you will have to end this world once and for all. To do that, you would have had to remove the director's soul anyway. And if the Manten Aquarium under Mary-chan's control supplies itself with more bodies, it can meddle in the real world just as the director did. Just as I told you. You understand what that means, don't you? Mary and come back. Hear me. But that's more bodies. It's not like those will just appear when she needs one. Kenji-san was just the director's team. That means people who aren't involved in this film. Someone else is sacrificed. Mary can come back. Think about how I want to see Mary. I love Mary. But this is... Sister, I can live. My little sister, I can't overlook such a... No, it's because she's my little sister that I can't overlook. I look into Mary's face. I have no idea what kind of face to that, Mary. I want to be with you, big sister. But that way is unacceptable. I avert my gaze from Mary. I can't look at her face anymore. Emotions and my sense of logic are at war. There is an internal struggle as I try to hold on myself completely. Feelings that I know are wrong are raging within me. I want to be with her forever. But that's not a good way to go about it. I don't want to say goodbye here. This is reality. But I thought that you would be happy, big sister. No way I could be. The reasons I screamed out that is merely to alleviate some of this emotion. Please. No, that isn't what I... But you rejected her, your own sister. Sayano Marieko runs her hand along Mary's shoulder, then brings it back to her side. Mary opens her eyes wide, a terrified expression on her face. Shut up. It's obvious that nothing will come from such a decision. I just... Mary crumples over, falling to her knees on the spot. Mary, you've been rejected, isn't it? Uttering at Sayano Marieko's provocative words, I stop moving for a moment. At that moment, the entire director's office seemed to begin pulsing. A blue light began to flow out from the tank. The room is being repaired. The room is enveloped in light. Damage fades away. Instantly, the director's office changes form into a clean room with no ruin or deterioration. That's fine. All of this power, I'll gather it here. It doesn't end with the blue light flowing into the room. What? There's some sort of projection within the light. Just as I said, something is faintly being projected within the blue light. Gradually, the contours come into focus, revealing it to be Manten East building. This is the blue light that has filled the room. It's reminiscent of a movie projection. After 1 minute passes, what's being projected becomes clear beyond the shadow of the doubt. Himeno and I are shopping inside Manten East building. We both look like we're having fun. What we're looking at appears to be a recorded video. However, the version of myself shown in the video is unfamiliar to me. Another of the endings. What you're looking at is one possibility, a possible future. Mary-chan, you don't understand. Sayano Marieko shouts toward Mary in a loud voice. You've been rejected. Your big sister chose not you, Mary-chan, but a future with her friend. Mary-chan, you've been cast aside. The video is showing other images of us now. Mixed in with those images are things I actually did experience. All of them are possibilities. But what Sayano Marieko is saying is wrong. That's not true. There's no way it could be true. I would never toss Mary aside. What are you trying to do by making excuses? Within this footage, Mary-chan is nowhere to be seen. But you're smiling like you're having such a good time. Me too. Why? Footage of Tayo hanging out with us is also being. There are also images of her chatting happily with a girl I don't know. This version of me is... I don't know. This is wrong, Mary, it is. I don't want to hear it. There's a lie. Even as I shout out to her, there's no way it'll reach Mary. I've already been rejected by Mary. Nakanobe Mary is not needed in the life of Nakanobe Mai. Even if you're not there, this is all your sister needs in her future to keep a smile on her face. The images are shooting by too fast now. There's too much to take in. It's all become impossible to pick up on. Mary is no longer looking at the future displayed before us. She's not looking at anything at all. If you want your sister to need you, you already know what you have to do, don't you, Mary-chan? Mary, you don't have to do anything, I gather myself and rush to Mary's side. There's nothing Sayano Marieko can say now that will make me falter. Mary. But when I reach out my hand to Mary, something gets in my way. It feels as if I've been thrown back hard by somebody. No, at that moment, I'm sure that I was thrown back by somebody. Mary still isn't looking at me. The projection has already disappeared. Light enveloping the room has gradually become red. A deep red, just like blood. Getting red, feels like something's about to happen. Sayo's words, one sense of wariness grows stronger. However, I have to tell Mary. I have to get her to understand, because there's no way I could ever not need Mary. Now, erase Saguragi Sayo once and for all. if you want to have your sister all to yourself. No! Mary looks at Sayo with her eyes open wide. That's something that tossed me back will now probably attack Sayo, to erase Sayo and to tempt Mary into doing so. That is absolutely forgivable. Saying this, I stepped between Sayo, spread both my hands out wide, an imposing stance. No matter what happens, I won't take my eyes off of Mary. With that, my intent, I continue watching her. There's some time passes. There is a slight silence flows through this world enveloped in red. The one who finally opens her mouth is... I guess no one needs me after all. His voice is so discouraged. Seems as if it will sink into the depths of tears. It's the first time I've heard such a voice. Before Mary's words completely vanish from this room, I cry out. That's not true. Liar. Totsuki. Along with her strong words, a purple light begins to swirl around Mary. Mayumi, you need to run. I can't leave Mary behind. Trying to match the appearance of the light, the room begins to vibrate. I lose my balance but grab onto the desk to keep myself standing. Are you doing this? The lady told me so. He said that you don't need me, big sister. Hey, listen to what I'm telling you, not what I'm thinking at all. In 5 years, you never came to look for me, big sister. Good. I was too afraid to confirm that you were really gone. I have you all to myself. I want to be together with you forever. He said I was the only one who could do it. After Mary's words, it's Karino Maria's sticky voice that takes over. It's beginning now. Well, it's being reconstructed. Can't move. Clicks her tongue after those short words. Ayo's harsh stare is being returned by both Mary and Sakino Maria. The room's shaking immediately becomes stronger. Just keeping myself standing is taking all I have. The violet light with Mary at its center grows even more intense. The strikingly colored light makes keeping my eyes open painful. I can't take it anymore. I think those words were my final choice. Huh? What is this? This sensation. I can't see anything. To a violent shock from the striking light, but I can't take it anymore. I collapsed to the ground. The next moment, I lose my sense of equilibrium, which is up, which is down. At the moment I lose any sense of direction, my consciousness sinks into the sea. Ring. The sound of my alarm clock is a little delayed, but I open my eyes. I open my eyes to a piercing light. I sit up, my body feeling so heavy, it's as if I haven't truly woken up yet. I'm on top of a bed I bought recently, looking over at the hardcover book at my bedside. I remember that I fell asleep while reading it. I believed that it was a murder mystery, but seeing as how I was half asleep while reading it, I don't really remember. Since a ribbon is dangling freely from the book, it seems that I fell asleep without setting the bookmark. Wow. The voice comes out with a mixture of a sigh and a yawn. I have school again today. I change into my school uniform and head for the table on the first. Nakanove Mayumi. You could say I'm a typical third year junior high student. My hobbies are reading and watching TVs and movies. I like fashion, but I'm on a fixed allowance, so I can buy much. Good morning. I live in a 3-story house, where the first floor is the living room and kitchen. The second floor is my parents' room, and the third floor has the kitchen. Mary. Ah, big sister, you're already running late. Make sure you wash your face. I did. Ah, are we having salmon for breakfast here? Your parents are? That's right. I get up early for work in the morning and come home late at night. That's why my morning routine is to eat breakfast that Mary made. I'm the older one, but Mary's cooking skills are light years ahead of mine, especially you see. Big sister, the first thing you said, so what's for breakfast? Hey, I said something a little different today. She goes to the same school as I do. She's one grade below me. She's just a little taller than I am. Okay. Ah, it's almost done. By the way, your prediction was right, Pixies. Mary sets the food on the table in the way she's become accustomed to, setting down the salmon grilled with salt, pickled vegetables, mecabo, and miso. Meanwhile, I dish out rice from the rice cooker and set it on the table along with the chopstick. Bon appetit! Yeah, eat up. By the way, our midterm exam results come out today. How depressing. Let's not talk about that. Big sister, just mentioning the word test to you is bad, isn't it? Don't say it's bad, it is. Also during the real thing, I read some of the question and passages were wrong. Made a lot of calculation errors. In terms of grades, Mary's are better than mine. Sometimes we study together and our comprehension is about the same. I'm chalking it up to our difference in grade level and scope of classwork. In other words, the difference is definitely in the difficulty of real tests. Why can't I seem to master doing good when it counts? For the summer, you have entrance exams, don't you? Let's talk even less about that. It's full enough with all the stuff about midterm. Make sure you pick up a high school we can both go to. Doesn't matter, I can't make it into a private school. Even though Mitsuba's uniforms are so cute. Chat away lightly as time passes at the breakfast table. Listening to the news flowing from the TV that was left on, we both get ready for school. Our lunches will be leftovers from last time, but boiled and stewed food I have set over there are more permeated with flavor, making them delicious. Okay, let's go, big sister. Okay. Two of us always walk to school together. I think we get along pretty well as sisters. Our school. It's not a large school, but we often pass each other in the building. And Mary always say hi to me so excitedly, like she's gonna jump after me. Also, it's a little embarrassing. She won't stop doing that, even after getting into junior high. So I don't think it's a bad thing. Ah, it's Mayu! Yoo-hoo! Crouching the school, I hear a familiar voice calling me, my classmate, Tamagawa Himeno. She's my best friend. Himeno is a little ways ahead, waving her hand and calling me. Ah, Himeno. Well, I'm gonna catch up to her. See you later. I turn to Mary and give her a little wave, then jog after Himeno. But in Mary's eyes, I get the sense of seeing a deep color I've never seen before. Good morning, Himeno. Good morning. Hey, did you hear Mayu? As I catch up to Himeno, she begins talking really fast. When I'm with her, I get the feeling that about 80% of the time it's Himeno doing the talking. But I think it's more fun that way. It's at that moment. Ark! Himeno begins to have a coughing fit. I assume it's just her throat getting choked up from starting to talk so fast and so suddenly, but I'm wrong. Look, when Himeno coughs, she vomits something out of her mouth. It's a cream-colored something. Flip, flop, on top of the asphalt, granules and fever stands about. Even though I realize they're all living things, I think it takes me at least a minute. No! Parasite. I've seen them on TV and in illustrated reference books. Himeno is throwing up so many that they are clumping together. Each one moves on its own with such stimulation. A bit of blood seems to be in with them. Himeno? No. I lift my face. The hole in Himeno's face is completely blocked up with the parasites she's coughed up. They scream around on her skin as if they might be alive. Before I can comprehend the sight before my eyes, my consciousness becomes disturbed. Okay, I'll go first. Manten Aquarium. Manten is a premier shopping district where one can enjoy shopping, food, movies, bowling, and karaoke. It's a small aquarium inside Manten East building, which serves as this town's symbol. Big sister, do your best. This girl is Nakanoe Mary, my sister, 1 year younger than I. Today, the two of us have come to have fun at Manten Aquarium on our way home from school. We've seen the tunnel tank and the jellyfish booth, even a show at the stage. Because we have year-long passports, we come here all the time, but no matter how often we come, we never get sick of it. Since there was a deep-sea fish booth long before we started coming here, but it's closed off now. I've always wanted to see the rare fish of the deep sea. When we're older, Mary and I want to check out the big aquarium down in Okinawa together. Here goes. Now I'm taking a shot at the gacha machines in the souvenir shop. There are cute keychains with charms shaped like drops with creatures from the aquarium inside. The lineup consists of jellyfish, starfish, orca, penguins, and whales. There aren't any whales in Manten Aquarium, but oh well. Each one has a different color droplet. Well, the goal is, of course, the jellyfish. Put my gun in and turn the lever. Did it. A hole in one. It's the jellyfish keychain. Ah, big sister, you're amazing. It's my turn now. In a goofy manner, Mary puts her coin in with great force. Starfish. One more time. Do your best. Mary pulls her cheek, puts in another coin. The result is another starfish. Maybe I'll get one. Ah, big sister, you say it like it's so easy. Do we trade? I also like the starfish and I think it's cute. Fine, I'll keep going until I get one, because I want one that matches yours. Then why don't we just have matching starfish? I say this in an exasperated tone, but Mary says no in a careless tone and puts both of her hands up. It has to be matching jellyfish one. When things get like this, Mary becomes obstinate and won't budge. Even though our triggers might be different, our personalities are similar in this regard. So I understand. Staying true to her word, Mary carries on relentlessly. Starfish, starfish, starfish. No matter how much time passes, no jellyfish ones will come out. I take a step back and watch over Mary. Turn around when I hear someone call Mayumi. That girl with you, alright? Tayo. That's good. Gambling takes a bit of fun. And Miku. Sakura Gisayo and Minato Miku. Go to different schools, but they're friends of mine. But she was scared with me at first. Tayo and I get along, and it was she who introduced me to Miku. After that, we started hanging out with each other on occasion. Your little sister, Mary, was it? Which one does she want? Jellyfish. She wants one that matches mine. There are way too many starfish, eh? Good thing I wanted a starfish myself. Wanna trade? Minato, every time you come, you play those machines. I assess this in an exasperated tone. There's no mistaking that we're thinking the same thing. Be that as it may, this is good news. I call out to Mary, who is so dedicated to her repeated attempts that she has zoned out. Mary, Miki-chan says she'll trade you. Come here. Mary turns back once and looks this way. The moment I get this, seeing a deep color between Mary's eyes that I've never seen before. Mary quickly looks back to the gacha machine and turns her back to us. Sorry, it's like she's really trying to concentrate. Two of them are not there. No, they probably are. I'm more confused than I can put into words. Yeah! Two of them have all but disappeared, with the exception of their legs. Nothing but their legs. Just their legs. Their torsos have melted into a red slight line of horror. A viscous gel spreads along the floor. It seems to twitch and shake. There are living things within. Can't even begin to comprehend this. Everything above the little What that's left of her ankles has also been dyed a deep red and is melting. The melted slime-like portion has mixed with the previously melted parts of their bodies. Right before my eyes, all that remains is their clothes and shoes. No! In an instant, my friends have been erased from this world. My consciousness becomes turbid. Unable to brace my tottering body, I sink into the deep sea. Today in music class, Hiraike-sensei was so funny. Yeah. Speaking of which, quick, Kimisono Part 3 comes out. Big sister, let's go see it. Yeah. It's been hot lately. I wanna go get a new shirt and miniskirt. Will you go with me? Yeah. Final exams are awful, aren't they? Do you still have your questions from last year? Well, it's not like they use the same questions anyway. Yeah. I'm gonna be the Prime Minister when I grow up. I'll get rid of all tests and exams. Everyone can just focus on doing lots of fun things. Yeah. What's your dream, big sister? What do you like these days, big sister? Yeah. Hey, big sister, are you happy? Yeah. You aren't having fun? Yeah. I see. This is where I dive, the deep sea fish pool. Able to see any fish or other living things, there's nothing but space. You know? I thought about how I wanted to go to school with you, big sister. Mary places her hand on the tank and turns her gaze upward as she looks into the water. Mary is a little bit taller than I. Her physical development is not complete. She seems to be ahead of my own. That's right. Surely that's because it's one of Mary's possible appearances if she had lived. I clasp Mary's hand and look up at the tank as Mary is doing. I wanted to have you all to myself, big sister. I thought that if I did, we could always be together. But I wasn't able to. I feel like Mary's somewhat adult-like tone of voice resembles mine a bit. Using your memories, big sister, as well as the accumulated memories within Manten Aquarium, I reconstructed this place. However, there was definitely a disturbance. Surely, even more than what you experienced over and over again. I failed. I have no idea what you're saying. Take Mary's hand. In actuality, what Mary is saying is on a larger scale. It's something that I cannot grasp. In other words, I can keep you all to myself after all. Because within your heart, big sister, you have other friends. Is it because I was no longer with you, big sister? No. Because you no longer need me? Mary looks into my eyes and tilts her head. I answer, no. I laugh a little and say, you're so foolish. There wasn't even a single day that I forgot about you, Mary. I had to struggle to overcome my sadness from not being able to see you over and over again. But that was my own selfish desire. My parents' behavior must truly have been that way, trying to pretend it didn't exist. They averted their eyes from their sadness. That must be the single-minded logic of those who are left behind. But because I love you, Mary. This is beyond a doubt my feeling. With large eyes, Mary looks at me. At our feet, the world begins to crumble. Hey, big sister, what? Do you think the stars will grant a wish for me? I don't know. I wonder when that was. Was it when we went on a trip as a family, or when we were coming home? I think it was a day we spent all afternoon having fun together. On a sandy beach at night, Mary and I were talking like that. Our parents watched over us from a distance. I'm pretty sure we had a fairly complicated conversation. Bathing in the light of the stars that fill the expansive sky feels even more refreshing than sunbathing. Mary, what would you wish for? The two of us look so much alike. Two of us enjoy letting our hair down and playing with each other's. When together, we were often mistaken for people. At those times, I had a tendency to pout. But I'm the big sister, is what I thought. To be happy with you, big sister, always. That was my wish. Mary, speaking beyond her years, says softly, "Unchanged from that time, it's an infinitely pure wish." Thank you, Mary. Bathed in the light of the stars, I can do nothing other than smile. The feelings that flow out from me are ones I can't clearly put into words. My wish wasn't granted by the stars. But if I think back on it, I was wrong. My wish to have you all to myself, big sister, wouldn't have been granted. The moment that I died, my wish was supposed to be put on hold. When you go against reality, it can never go well. Because if this were reality, we would have never seen each other again. Mary says this in a light tone. It is merely a voice of surrender. Even amongst the distortion, I'm so happy I saw you, Mary. But that we have to part so soon afterwards makes me sad. No, I don't want this. I finally found you. I want. As I give those words voice, I realize my heart is more brittle than I thought. That which overflows from my eyes is something I can stop with my own strength. Mary, I've been holding it in the whole time. Really wanted to say something the whole time that I don't want us to say. That's why, from the moment I saw Mary, it was impossible for me not to pursue her. Please, you're the older sister. You can't cry. But besides, the one who's disappearing is me, you know? He says, joking. No way I can report to that. You know I just want you to stay the kind of girl you are, Mary. Somehow, holding back my sobs, I continue. No matter what happens, you can't harm anyone or start anything. That's what I was rejecting. That's what I wanted to tell you, Mary. Because I am your big sister. For I know it, 5 years come between us once more. At this rate, you won't be mistaken for twins anymore. Big sister. I decided what I'm going to wish for. Mary has become just as she was in memories. Jumping up, Mary gives me an innocent smile. That you'll always be happy. From now on. Along with your friends. I won't think of it as you being taken away from me anymore. Because I'm sure your friends make you happy, big sister. This is my prayer. The stars won't grant my wishes, but if I pray, it's something that I can grant to my own. I'm leaving all that I am to you, big sister. Okay. Thank you. No matter how the aquarium's power fades, no matter if the energy from the grudge disappears, Mary has long since transcended time itself. Because up until now and from today forward, you will always be in my heart. Well, it's time for me to go. Before I go, rub my head. Of course, with Mary's innocent words. Mouth smiles proudly. Her eyes and mouth have completely different expressions. This is really strange. The drops that flow over into the ground. I lightly drop my hand onto Mary's head and begin to rub it. She has no body here, but still seems warm. I'm getting a bit sad. If that's what you want, Mary. They say this. Mary shakes her head. Her long hair sways, bathed in the light of stars. I told you I would wish for it. This isn't your world, big sister. Mary gently pushes away my hand. which had been resting on her head. Mary, my hand floating in midair, with no place to go, lingers for a bit. Still, because of that, I softly make a fist. And punchy! Mary straightens up and hits my fist with her hand. See you later, big sister. Yeah, I love you, Mary. Me too, I love you. The fist doesn't feel as if anything's touched it. If Mary's body has become transparent in that last moment, we are unable to touch. And it's not a big deal, because our hearts have certainly become in sync. Mary goes into the sea of stars. We go the opposite way. Both of us walk in different directions. But that can be hard are her footsteps. I don't turn around because I surely chase after her. Finally, even her footsteps fade away. I can hear the sound of rippling waves. As I walk along, I am enveloped in light, within that gentle, transparent light. Stress begins to return, and I can feel how hard it is to breathe. I pressure on my neck. My breathing is becoming shallow. On ne. He is pushing on my throat with great strength. The flow through my carotid artery is being stopped up. Despite the fact I'm finally waking up, my consciousness is starting to waver again. I wonder what is happening to me right now. I open my eyes in thin slits, and a faint shadow floats in my vision. Long hair, an outline that I've seen before, soft-looking skin, and their arms are stretching out towards me, putting all their strength into wringing my neck. When I realize who it is, the words I couldn't understand before become clear, as if a fog has been lifted. Go on and die. The one wringing my neck is Himeno. Trying to grab my neck with both of her hands, I can feel the pressure of her weight. Even as she wrings my neck, she has a frantic look. The proof is also in the fact that she doesn't kill me, even in my weakened state. You. Is this not Himeno? Because of the pressure being applied to my throat, I can't finish saying what I wanted to say. Himeno looks down at me with her blue eyes. That isn't the color of Himeno's eyes. How did you wake up? Her voice raises doubts in my mind. Still, I clearly grasp this is not Himeno. With just that small change in tone, I get it. Since I'm her best friend after all. Well then, what's going on here? Nakanove Mary has gained the ability to withdraw power from Manten Aquarium. This is because she maintains her individuality while her soul is still connected to the collective Manten Aquarium. I attempted to say it's the power she had amassed. However, the power was so great that I could not force her to yield it to me. If she was so pure, painting her was quite simple. In order to create a world with only the two of you, a child squandered all of the power here. Power within this Manten Aquarium, that's souls, or we could call it life energy as well. If it is the thing keeping this world stable, and if it disappears, wouldn't the world itself begin to crumble? Somehow I maintain my fainting consciousness and manage to desperately summon some sort of voice. I listen to whatever it is that has taken on Himeno's appearance. I realize that I've heard this tone of voice before. As soon as that person's face appears in my mind, my feeling changes to certainty. Ayo-chan. What a pity. In order for me to continue to exist, to use her as a source of nourishment. Agino Marieko. Just as I realize it, there's no strength left in my body. Due to my shallow breathing, there is no way I can make any rash movements. With no blood flowing to my brain, my thoughts are equally unfocused. I was able to find this body merely by chance. However, with this body, destruction is unacceptable. My final hope is you. When you escaped from Nakanobe Mary's birdcage, it was as if a miracle had occurred and I was very happy. Mary's birdcage. That's right. Intuitively, it is like that. Being knocked away from one's own good. But it is different. How was the world of Mary's heart? Of course, it was sad and lonely. She's been alone for 3 years. What she could do was continue to pray, and to make the ungrantable wish that she would see me again. I want to reject Saginuma Rieko's words. However, my body won't allow me to do so. I think I'm getting close to my limit. Little by little, I'm unable to keep my eyes open. When the world of the birdcage disappeared, that energy itself did not. All of it goes into you. Perhaps Nakanobe Mary has already disappeared and no longer senses her presence, and if she were here, she would try to interfere. When the two of you parted ways in that world, really she gave you her energy. That's why I'll kill you, and then I will obtain her energy, along with your body. No idea if she gave me her energy. What she didn't trust me with was her gentle wish. But at this rate, I won't be able to keep my promise with Mary. At this rate, I'll die. Dagino Marieko's words are true. No, surely this is real. If it weren't, there'd be no need for her to kill me in this situation. There's no mistaking the fact that the only reason I'm not dead is because she hasn't delivered the finishing blow yet. I'm going home. At that moment, I decide to believe in myself. I close my eyes and surrender to my fading consciousness. I did it. I look more palm of my hand, I can confirm this. In view of a mirror, I look at my body reflected in the tank. It's one of the cylindrical tanks in the jellyfish pool. Clearly depicts my entire body, Nakanobe Mayumi's body. Compared to Tamagawa Himeno, she's strikingly less sturdy, but reflexes and firmness aren't as important this time. This is a feeling I haven't experienced until now, the sense of completeness throughout the body. To use an example, it's a feeling close to the pleasure of having sex. Being able to derive pleasure from sex in the body of a virgin, though, is something of a contradiction. I have the feeling that something other than myself is encroaching upon me. All that's different is, rather than a climax, there is the feeling of being able to exercise one's power. With this girl, I am certain I'll be able to expand the red Manten Aquarium. She bears the emotional strength. Bears the emotional strength to support the foreign contaminant coming through her body. There is her strong will to get home with her friend. In Nakanobe Mayumi's case, she's likely undergoing a time of great emotional maturation. Well then, there's no time to be fooling around. Using the strength that Nakanobe Mayumi, my body, accumulated, I shall reconstruct Manten Aquarium. I have no further plan than that. It only needs to be one area. I'll switch my location to that in the real world. In it, yet long. I will maintain my soul with the grudge as my courage. I close my eyes. My pose is irrelevant. Vision is telling me a piece of me must cross the aquarium using this power alone. And I was merely a soul. That was simple. Rather, it was merely a hardship necessary for self-preservation. Well then, I will make my wish. For the world that is best for me. A world without the likes of you. Huh? Last I open my eyes. I hear a voice from somewhere. Dad, you should know already. Do you mean the soul is listening? Not from the ears. It isn't that I hear a voice. It's more of a cognition. You are already dead, no matter how hard you wish. Hard point will not change. Oh my one indeed. Which is precisely why I told you I am using this body. Mary entrusted me with her wish. I swore to her that I would grant that wish. What is it you want to do in the real world? What is your unfinished business? To live, merely to continue existing in this world, to extend my hand into eternity. If that's the case, then you, a person, are already dead. I think there's no meaning in living merely for the sake of living. If you have a heart, you have a place to call home. For example, though her life was like the blink of an eye, Mary lived with all she had, never letting go of her feelings. My control has. I was waiting for the moment when you would try to unify yourself with the aquarium. At that moment, I was sure cracks would appear in your heart. I am what Mary entrusted to this world, therefore I will now make my wish. Please disappear. I will hate you with all my life. Isn't that more human anyway? I think that the foreign substance within my body has definitely disappeared. I can no longer hear that voice. I am sorry. Turning towards the empty space, I mumbled to no one. I'm standing in the tunnel tank room. This room is all that remains in this world. This world already destroyed by Sagi no Marieko. It seems she only left one area. She said it was reconstruction, so this area will probably disappear soon as well. Himeno and Sayo have already disappeared. It's not that they died. If they had died, their bodies would remain. They just disappeared. So, it's alright. Now that Sagi no Marieko has disappeared, I can feel some sort of different power. This is what Mary entrusted to me. Mary had held on to it in the hopes that it would make it to the end. Just one, please, a miracle. I say in a small voice. I close my eyes. Haha. That moment I laugh. How did things end up like this? No idea what caused it. All that I can say is this means I was unable to create a miracle. Himeno. Speak to Himeno, who sleeps next to me. There's no response. Sayo. I speak to Sayo, who lies on the ground. There is no reaction. How did it end up like this? There is flesh. There is space as well. It goes as Kenji-san said. At this rate, if we reach the exit, we return to the real world. It's just... there is no heart. This isn't a corpse. There is a fever. There is body heat. When I place my ear to the surface of her body, I can hear vibrations. It's like an intricate door. I laugh. Having no clue what else to do, I can do nothing but laugh. I'm already broken. This is the end of me. The three of us rot away together. Good friends too. The marionette won't laugh. We got an achievement. It says black, completed all the bad endings. Hey, big sister, this dark world, hear a voice. I open my eyes in the hopes that nothing has changed in reality, with Himeno and Sayo still lying at my side with their eyes closed. Nothing is being shown to me visually. Sister, from the bottom of your heart, you wanted me to come back too, didn't you? Because of that, in the end, I was able to see you again, just for a little bit. I feel just a little happiness. I can hear a tiny little voice. I can hear it from far away, like the sound of rippling waves. My eyes still closed, I strain my ears. This time is really bye-bye. Surely, sometime, no longer able to hear the voice, I don't open my eyes. The moment I fall asleep, feels more like taking a nap, but it's a pleasant feeling. No, it can't end like this. One holiday, we're gathered at a coffee shop, with no plans about where we go and no particular objective. There's only the feeling that we want to get together. A day off with no club activities for Himeno, so we all gather spontaneously. Hey, where should we go today? Anywhere. We went to karaoke last time, so anywhere's fine by me. Having finished our drinks, we're finishing lunch and sitting eating. Even though it's a holiday, seats with customers in them are sparse, so there seems little need to leave hastily. Manten Aquarium. Somehow, even though I intentionally whispered it, Himeno asks me to repeat myself. It's not as if I had a particular thought in mind. As an only child, I don't have many memories of my family going out to do much other than eat. We often come to Manten to have fun and have gone shopping in Manten's building many times. We've never gone to Manten Aquarium, even though it's in the same building. It mostly seems to attract people with families or couples, so we've avoided it. Sounds fine, doesn't it? Sayo is the first to agree for a change. Sayo always complains the longest. In the end, she's more like chaperone with drag-along. If Sayo chimes in, I'm into it, Nico says in a light tone. Apparently, she carelessly fell from her apartment balcony and was hospitalized some time ago. When I heard that story and saw Miku laugh and say, "That was so dumb," I feel like she was just sweeping it away with carefree words and gave her a strange smile. What about you, Himeno? Do you like Manten Aquarium? I ask her. Himeno closes her eyes and looks down. Well, I'm fine with anywhere. Totally agree. Sounds fine. Let's go. Hey, how come we didn't think of it until now? Hey, why are you grabbing onto me? Himeno, sitting next to me, grabs on tight to me. When I was a kid, we always went to aquariums. I've seen Manten Aquarium in magazines. It looks fun. Then hurry up. And a pleasant look on her face, Sayo bites down on her straw. Sayo-chan, maybe we should hug too? You're nuts, aren't you? You're so mean. Himeno and I are a bit spread out. I think to myself, she's so developed after all. Jealous. Okay, decided. Let's go to the aquarium. That's right. If we can, I wanna take my time looking around. Without giving any reply in particular, Sayo turns her gaze my way. The four of us chat. We head for Manten Aquarium. Right, later. Later. Bye bye. That was fun. See you later. Two of them are apparently heading to a live music club. It's not that I'm not interested, it's just that it's a problem if I get home late, so Himeno and I decided to leave. Those who love music, after we hang out, they often go there on their way home. Seems they have a particular club they like. I dimly think that the two of them seems to adult like, probably from living alone. The aquarium was fun, eh? It wasn't all that big, but the jellyfish place and some other booths were really pretty. Going to the aquarium for the first time in 10 years was more fun than I expected. So it might be fun to go from time to time. Let's go again. Let's get a year pass. The case for it is cute too, after all. I was thinking the same thing. The ticket that lets you in as much as you want in a year also has a case with a really cute design. The only problem is the price. Maybe with my New Year's present. We walk home making idle conversation. Suddenly the rain begins to fall. It was sunny this morning, so I didn't watch the weather report, but it's a pretty heavy rain. I guess it's not an evening shower. Mayu, let's hurry. Right, I start to run, I spot a flower shop just ahead of me. Faint light has filtered along this thin road. Seriously? It catches my eye. Flower shop? They sure are open late. It's nearby though, so let's wait out the rain there. The man who has followed my gaze takes my arm and runs with me. Achievement unlocked. Complete. Hello. Oh, Hireda. So pretty. We've completed all the CG scenes. The interior of the store is overflowing with brightly red-colored flowers in full bloom, tulips and anemones. It's difficult to settle my eyes on any particular one. Gaze stops on a single eye-catching blue rose. Blue rose that seems to be filled to the brim with sadness. Mixed in with the red roses, it stands out, blooming like something from a dream. I can't take my eyes off of it. I don't understand the reason myself, but I can feel a single teardrop in my cheek. Mayu? The shopkeeper tells us the meaning of the blue rose in the language of flowers. Miracles, blessings of the gods, making dreams come true. And then, would you like one? Looks like the shopkeeper is willing to lower the price. Not taken by it. Forget to wipe away my tears. Staring at it the whole time, a sense of nostalgia overflows from me. Himeno waits for me the whole time. Seems like such. We're losing friends. Hey. Fucking Christ. Fucking 7 AM and people are already lying me. Okay, let's try dive. Let's wait out for a bit. Okay, I'll do it. Himeno waits for me the whole time. It seems like such a long time until we can no longer hear the intense sound of the rain. I think that this flower may be tied to one of my earliest childhood memories. I put the flower shop behind me. Droplets of water dip from the awning above the entrance. In the end, I didn't buy the blue rose. I was going to buy it, but then lost any sense of what I had originally seen. It's probably because it continues to bloom within my heart. Peace, eyes. Was it alright for you not to buy it? Yeah, I'm happy as I am, for now and always. What's up with you being so earnest? Himeno takes my hand as we smile. We have so many fun things ahead of us, but we will always be happy. Right. Well, we'll probably have a lot of hardships too, like entrance exams. It's fine. I can no longer hear the sound of drops. We take a step out into the vast, clear sky. And we got an achievement, fall into poison, and all clear. So we got all the achievements, I think. Heck. No, we're still missing one. Strong faith within the girl, born strong faith. So, I'm guessing Mary made the miracle possible? Probably by erasing herself. She was able to grant her sister's last wish. Either that or that was Mayumi's delusion, hands down. It's one of those two. Also, my favorite ending personally was the third one we played. It was so fucking epic. But the one that got to me, like fucking made me cry, was the last one. When Mary accepts to leave. No. Okay. Well, we're gonna get this last achievement. I looked it up just now. So we're gonna start a new game. Okay, we're gonna pick I'm not. someone. That's fine. Away out. Go back the way I came. Okay, this. Changes. Okay, we got it. That's okay. So we got all the achievements. I'm gonna just keep everything to the route so you guys can see the alternate ending, and that will be Sound of Drops. We completed the game, we completed all the routes, we got all the achievements, so that's it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Hope you guys enjoy it. In a few minutes I'll say it again. This is going slower than I thought. Okay, we're almost there. I think this is my personal favorite route as well because, like, you don't forget Mary, you're able to say farewell to her, and you actually become friends with everyone else. Like in the other route, you saw she calls herself an only child. So Mary basically erased both memories and emotions for her to be able to live in her ideal world and achieve her wish. I think she was the one who brought like Sayo and Himeno souls back in their bodies. And Mayumi believes he never had a little sister. So the ideal ending is this one. Because there's no denial, everyone accepts what happened, they accept the process, and they live on. Whereas in the other ending, just denied. Also feels like being the definite route and whatnot, like it's the only one with a different end. So you guys make up what to wait. That's my theory. Those are my theories. Like I know the fourth end is being all a delusion product of the power of the Manten Aquarium, a possible theory. So, but I wanna take it on the optimistic side. Like it's still pretty bittersweet, even if it's the optimistic side, because that would mean Mary erased herself completely, both her soul and the memories from her sister. Mine to be able to grant her wish, which was living in the real world with her friends. Pretty sad if you ask me. Also in this one, the best girl leaves. Oh, this is the best. Was sound of drop. I'll make the play. Hope you all enjoyed it. Thanks for coming. See you all later on another playthrough.